The canvas is the foundation for bringing your design to life and where you craft your content before it goes out into the world. So it's important to understand how breakpoints work so you can work efficiently to ensure your design is responsive. There are two key design principles when working with responsive design: breakpoints and the viewport. To put it briefly, the viewport is the window through which a user views your web page, and the breakpoint is a design trigger that changes how content is displayed when the viewport reaches a specific width. So how do these two principles relate to one another? Let's take a look at the canvas in the design editor to get a better idea. The canvas is a preview of the viewport that a user might see when viewing your design. In the editor, you can adjust the canvas size to any width and height you prefer. However, only the width of the canvas will impact which breakpoint is displayed. Using the default breakpoint setup as an example, here we can see which breakpoint is being displayed when the width of the viewport is within a certain range. The breakpoints outlined here will be visible when the width of the viewport or screen matches the range of the breakpoint. So for example, if the screen size viewing the Vev project is 1440 pixels wide, then this will fall into the desktop breakpoint as this is set to 1024 pixels and above. Another example is if the screen size is 400 pixels wide, then this will show the mobile breakpoint as this is set to 599 pixels and below. The safe zone is the space on the canvas in between the soft green areas displayed on the left and right sides of the canvas. You'll notice this when viewing your project inside the design editor. When you build your content in the design editor, especially with elements, you'll need to position them to be inside of the safe zone to ensure nothing is cut off. Placing an element outside of the safe zone runs the risk of elements being cut off on some viewports. Safe zones are also a helpful visual guide to indicate the minimum size for a particular breakpoint. For example, on the canvas, we're currently in the desktop viewport. If we adjust the viewport width by dragging the handles outside of the canvas and shrink it down, once the width drops below 1024 pixels, the layout will switch to the next breakpoint. In this case, the next breakpoint is the tablet view. You'll see this change reflected at the top left of the canvas, where the breakpoint label updates and a new safe zone appears. If we reduce the size even further, dropping it down below 600 pixels, this will switch the layout to the mobile breakpoint. It's important to test different viewports when designing in Vev to ensure that your project looks great across a variety of different screen sizes. You might have been asking, but what if I don't want to have a safe zone? And in this case, I'd like to introduce you to fluid breakpoints. Fluid breakpoints allow you to remove the safe zone to create truly full-width designs. To turn this setting on, head over to the Project Settings tab in the bottom left-hand corner of the editor. From this menu, you'll see the option for managing the project breakpoints. You can manage each breakpoint to either be fixed, which is the default option with safe zones, or you can select fluid. When activating fluid on a breakpoint, percentage widths work in relation to the viewport width instead of the safe zone. Here is an example of a fixed breakpoint with an element set to 100% width. Here you can see it will be at 100% of the safe zone, and when we change the width of the viewport, it will only fill the safe zone. But if we compare this to fluid breakpoint, we can see that 100% will sit edge to edge of the screen, no matter the size of the screen. It's worth understanding how the inheritance of styling properties work. Using desktop first as an example again, when working from this main breakpoint, all styling changes made to the desktop breakpoint will cascade down to tablet and mobile. If we change the view to the tablet breakpoint and then make a change to a style option, we will see that the changes cascade down to the mobile device, but the main desktop breakpoint remains unchanged. The same can be said when making a change directly to the mobile device. When a change is made here, it will only be for the smallest breakpoint. Desktop and tablet will remain unchanged.